a lot of guys think that this is not for women. That creating music, this is too difficult for women.
Hello, people, and once again, hello and welcome to Track ID. I'm Pepe Camil, and with me is my friend.
Hello, everybody. My name is Mapiu, and we are so glad to be here with all of you in another new episode of Track ID Mexico.
And we're very happy because we have a guest in the studio.
Yes, sir.
She's a very accomplished DJ, producer, has her own label, which has really great tracks. And we had the pleasure of contact her and in the last days and managed this interview. And now we have the pleasure of having 40 Cats. Christina, how are you?
Hi, hello guys. It's big pleasure to be here today.
It's great to have you in the studio, Christina. I know that you are doing a little tour here in Mexico, and we're so happy that you have the time to spend here. In a long list of really great personalities that we have interviewed, and you're one of them too.
Yeah, thank you guys. So, yes, once again, a big pleasure to be here and see you here and to speak with you today.
By the way, great t-shirt. This is your label, right?
Yes, this is like, that I'm experimenting with merch.
And don't forget, she is the first woman that we are.
We have been.
That we have as a guest in the
studio.
show.
That's a big honor for me.
You have the star, yeah. Hey.
We were looking for a woman to start to chatting with us on Track ID, but at last we did it.
Everything fell into place, so we're happy to, especially that we have you in the studio, which is like the best. We only had three studios, right? We have Dave, we had Norm, and now we have you. So
yeah,
congratulations, guys.
Okay. Well, thank you. So let's dive into the stuff, Christina. So tell us a little bit about yourself, for the people who do not know you, how you started your career. I know that you kind of started in the trance, in trance, and then you move a little bit into progressive. But when you started, where you from? Tell us a little bit of your background.
Oh, it was a long time ago. So when I was 16, as I guess, yes, it was 2007. As I remember right. So I just realized that I can show the music to the people, that's that's like a DJ. Uh-huh. I just found out what the DJ is because I didn't know about that. And I found the DJ in our school, and we started to do something, and he taught me to play music it was in Tractor.
Tractor.
Yeah.
Our Tractor fans will be delighted to hear that. Yeah.
So yes, and that I'm from Russia, and I'm from the really small city in the north of Russia called Murmansk. But I'm not exactly from Murmansk. It's a small city nearby the Murmansk called Severomorsk. This is a closed military city.
Okay.
And so, that it's a little bit depressive city, but right now it looks a little bit better. But when I grew up, it was, that's so a little bit dark city,
But why? But why? Because the weather, or that's
the weather.
There's a lot of cold. Or why?
Cold, dark.
A lot of wind. Remember, in the further you go north,
yes,
the nights are longer and longer and longer.
Yeah. In the winter we have a polar night, so about a month we don't have sun at all. We can't see the sun on the sky. So yeah, but in the summer you can see the sun is shining to your window like midday at 3 a.m. for example.
Okay.
So because sun is never going down.
Never goes down.
Yes. So this is a really beautiful region with unique nature, and yes, it really was inspired me for the music. And I just remember how I went to at the bus to the college, and so listen to the music and see this beauty, that. And I just dreamed how I will be a DJ and will play the music, the beautiful music for the audience. That it was like a dream.
And 20 years later, she's here. Yeah. So.
Yes. Dream come true.
you did something right. You definitely did something right. Yes.
Yeah, I believe so. Indeed. And growing up in Murmansk is the name of
Murmansk.
Sorry, guys.
Yes.
Growing up there with all these weather conditions, all this nature, fantastic nature, but how difficult was to develop your music, because you weren't into these big cities when the electronic music is getting big exposed. How difficult was it?
When I was 18, I started to work in the club like a resident.
Okay.
And it was a really good life school because that it was some I don't know how it say without words of like a shit.
Don't worry. No, people have said worse things in the channel, so don't worry.
Yes, a shitty equipment. Sorry. Yes, and that this is a really great life school for every DJ to come to the club and work like a resident of this club. And that in Murmansk these days was really good club culture, and we had a lot of big artists there, like Nick Warren, Jody Wisternoff, Yotto, Above and Beyond, Ferry Costin, Artie, he is a Russian guy too, and etc. A lot of Boris Brejcha, as I remember right. So a lot of guys visited our city.
So there's a scene going on there. There is an electronic scene there.
Yes, it was really great electronic scene, and a lot of famous DJs in Russia grew up in Murmansk too, and so. Unfortunately, right now the industry is dying in our city, and it is really sad to see this. But before this, we had a really great industry scene in Murmansk.
And how you did get involved into the electronic music? What about, for example, your family? What your family said about this? How you get?
Oh, for the first one, my father was a DJ in our school.
Okay.
So there you go. Okay.
Yeah, we studied with the same school with my mother and father, and he was a DJ in our school. He's a seaman, but it was his hobby. He's music lover, a big music lover, and he, with my mother, really loves the music like Jean-Michel Jarre and so Deep Purple and etc. That we have. He still have a really big music collection, and as he was a seaman, he had the opportunity to get different new music to Russia, to our home, some exclusive DVDs with a 5+1 Jean-Michel Jarre concert,
yeah.
and yes, etc. and of course, I think my taste of music is from my father. Yeah, and so I think that's why I listen to the music from my childhood. So unfortunately, I don't have music education, but yes, I always listen in and always trying to understand how it works. That's so.
Yeah, but that's the thing is when you get into the flow. I mean, if you may not know theory, but a lot of producers that we know do not have the super perfect musical background, and they do amazing things.
Yeah, but,
So,
but for example, my example is I don't know how to read a pentagram, so that makes some difficult situations for me when I'm making my music. But I believe that first approach with the music that you can get in your home, supported by your parents, I think is one of the most important.
We all wish that. My father was also a DJ, so you can be a DJ too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely yes.
No, of course. When I started to create some music, they didn't know that it will be some serious.
Okay.
They didn't believe on that, and they said, you can go to the regular work and it will be okay to get a salary, to get a husband, a family. Well, what's the music? What are you saying about? But you know that right now they honored on me, and they see that something can happen with this idea. And so I'm so glad that they see how I can work, and they see that that this is not like a serious thing for them, but it can be your job.
Yeah.
But they never got angry with you because you were practicing with with high volume or something at home.
No, exactly, because my father did the same every time.
You're doing it bad. I'll do it myself. Yeah. Let me show how it's done. Yeah.
Yeah. We checked some music with my father sometimes, and he showed me some concerts, or that especially when he gets some beer, at the evening. Yes, but our neighbors was not really happy with it.
Okay.
But
usually happens. Yes.
Yeah, my parents was the same.
So you were mentioning a little bit. So you had the electronic scene. So you had Warren. You had Boris. You had some other guys, but also some trance. You started in the trance scene. Is that correct?
Yes, exactly. Yes, from maybe 2006, maybe something like that. I started to listen electronic music with Armin van Buuren, BT, Paul van Dyk, who's else? Ferry Corsten, of course, and etc. Yes, Tiesto.
The gods of trance.
The gods of trance.
Yes, really. And that now I realized that I just refreshed some of old stuff right now, and I listening right now in Spotify all Tiesto's In Search of Sunrise, and from the first one and etc. Yes. And now I realize it is this music sounds like the same vibe like right now progressive music. That this is not a different music. This is such of the same music, because in 2000s progressive trance, progressive house, it was the same.
If I have slightly faster, but yeah, they're basically the same. And now melodic techno is trance. At some point, yes.
I think it's because I don't know, the digital stores need to put it into a box, that genre. But if you are listening melodic techno houses. Come on, it's progressive.
It's progressive. It's the old progressive house, which used to be the progressive trance, which used to be kind of trance.
This is the circle because yes, and right now Zoomers discovered the trance music, and it was really popular in 2000s, and right now the young guys realize that this is some fresh, but it sounds the same, it's like 2000s, like trance music and some of psy trance, progressive trance, and etc. etc.
What do you consider it was that break moment when you say, I'm gonna make music, this is the moment that I am stepping in, and what happened? What does that moment when you had this like illumination and says, I'm gonna do this?
Oh, it was really funny because I started to create music and Dance J, maybe you remember this program. So you just create something with the loops. So, and I realized that I can create music with the different loops. And I ordered the CD by the post, the CD with the first Vengeance collection of loops, and tried to get something with these loops. And then I discovered Fruity Loops and started to create something there. But I never believed that it will be some serious for me, because I never I never think that I can create the music because I have no education or something else. I had art school, only I draw, and never. I knew nothing in the music, I didn't know notes or something else, and I did everything as I can hear, just trust my ears, that. But it was like a hobby, like to make something different, that's something special, something what I like. And then I tried to create, and then my friends discovered the Ableton. I learned Ableton, and so I just, that the reason is I just had no chance to stop.
This floaty pad.
Tremoloso, like a phasing.
Yeah.
Lovely vocal there.
Yeah, a lovely vocal in the background. Yeah, I like that. Okay.
It sounds really lovely.
Yeah, but the tremolo is going
like
up
a tremolo.
and up. Yeah, I like that.
Really lovely. Tell us about this track.
So this is some of melodic stuff, and this is the intro track. The great opportunity to start in the mix with this track. So yes, I created this for this.
This is your track. This is
of course, yes,
of course,
yes.
And the name of the track is?
This track is Escalera, and will be out on the Purrfection Records in June.
It sounds really lovely. The vocal is kind of a trancier that has a trancier as the vocal.
And I really love this like chunky groove. It's not like a banging track. I think it's a lovely track. If you ask me, I would play this in the middle of my set to give like a breathe in the middle of your set. So this is a lovely track.
Sounds very Loveland Catania Warren in the afternoon. It's like the sun up. It sounds
absolutely
nice vibe. That really nice vibe.
Calvera, only for you guys here on Track ID Mexico.
So this is the first time we have like a crossover, because we usually have like progressive people and progressive house people or housey people, but we never had trance to progressive. So
Really?
we never had somebody the first one in the studio.
Please ask Zanki Gulati. He's a trans person too.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yes.
So what you can tell us about now? You're in the progressive scene, so the groups are deeper, and the groups are deeper. The ambience is darker. Compared to trance, what do you see that's the good thing of trance, the good thing of progressive, and what do you miss about the genres? What's going on with this switch?
I like few things on the dance music. This is the good groove and good atmosphere and melody. You know that, and I wanted to combine it. So, and in the progressive, you can combine it. So, really great atmosphere. What I found on trance music and the deep and soft groove from the progressive house. So, something like that. But I always, in my head, I have always the idea to make some atmosphere track, like what I loved in trance music, to translate this atmosphere, what I'm feeling. Yes, but you know that I don't know why when I started to create music, I do techno.
Okay.
I don't know why is that when I started, but I really want to make some atmosphere track, but then I get some the push stuff. This is not bad, but yes, in my head I need to create a different music, but I used to create something what I do. I don't know how it
because
happened.
and Luke Rancacho was telling us this the other week, that he loves trance here and there.
Yeah.
That he likes to listen to trance. I mean, he said, I love my dose of trance here and there, because the melodic, the euphoric, it's music that really gets you going.
It's powerful, but it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I can say
And
so.
I think that's the most beautiful part of the trance music. You know, it's because there is a lot of power, there is a lot of melody, but the structure. You know, when you have this epic,
It's euphoric. It's like,
and then the euphoria comes up, and you can just raise your hands in the air. I think that's a beautiful part of the trance music.
I never went to a trance party.
No,
I always went to the progressive house in the earlys, with really, really hard, but as a full on trance, I never had the chance.
you can go now.
Okay,
Please
thank you.
meet you.
Gracias. It's been
Take
a pleasure.
care.
Thank you.
Go. There is the entrance.
Bye, guys.
Largo. Get out.
You don't deserve to be here with us today.
No, but I used to listen a lot. I have a lot of trance CDs. I have a lot of the early trance CDs. The Gate Crashers, the Gate Crashers.
This
what else?
kitchen.
God's Kitchen.
God's Kitchen.
God's Kitchen. The Oakenfold, the Perfectos, Perfectos Floors. All. I mean, I still have lots of them here in my place.
Now you know we are all old guys.
Yeah. So
I didn't tell you my age, but I told you I was older. So
I was on Armin only maybe 3 or 4 times in Russia when he came. So I was a big fan of Armin and Buuren, to be honest. But right now, this is a totally different music, unfortunately. So that's why I'm trying to find the inspiration from the past. And right now, I make a lot of edits for their music from the past. So like Spiral as a for Robert Nixon is one of my favorite tracks, and it was like experiment for me how I can create from the uplifting trance progressive music, because this is a totally different, and the track like 138 BPM, and I created 124, if I remember right. And yes, the last track, and right now I created 2 new edits for Markovi track with a beautiful vocal, and for Walt Plick, the track from 2000. Yes, because I just heard it in such of sunrise from the past, and hear it. Yeah, I can
make it.
Get a really great, that's this rave vibe. And I tested it yesterday in the festival. It was totally great. It sounds totally great. Yes, you just need to change the groove for the modern one, and to leave the atmosphere, and it works right now really fresh.
So we hope to hear it soon. We hope to hear it.
Yeah,
soon.
we hope. And
I will show you. Yeah.
What has been the greatest difficulty you have faced in your music career?
How the guys, how men look to young girls who starting to DJ or creating music, because a lot of guys think that this is not for women. That creating music, this is too difficult for women. Some of I don't know. I don't know why, but I when I started my path, someone said, "What are you doing? Why are you doing this? Is you can't handle it because you're a girl. Only guys, only men can create in a quality music." And it was, it was like inspiration for me to say the words, girl can do it. Girl can do it better than a lot of guys. So in this world, yes, because that's we're not like stupid or something else. Yeah.
And this is something that we kind of delve a little bit in, because this is the first time that we've heard this point of view. Because in Mexico we see there are women DJs, and some produce, but they just have, I think sometimes they just do it for show, but they don't have like a full-on career of production. So what do you hear about your contemporaries, your peers, or your other female DJs? Is this happening all over?
What do you mean? Sorry?
The thing that you're saying, that men kind of look down onto
Yes.
girls, and
Yeah.
do you hear the same thing from your friends?
Right now, maybe not, because I show that I'm creating the music, that I know what I'm doing, and maybe, I don't know, maybe someone tells that something the same about me, I don't know. So yes, but I'm trying to show audience that the girl can do this, and that this is a big inspiration for another girls to start creating music, and to handle it, just so right now this is not a problem for me, because guys know me, guys
And you're doing the right thing, so
big guys knows that I'm doing myself everything from start to finish, and that's all. And I always talked about it.
So if you have to summarize in how can you show that it can be done at the same level or even better? What would you say? Hard work? What else would it be?
To get the level.
To show everybody that you're in the level or above that.
The first thing, as I recommend to beginners, producers, don't try to prove something, someone, something, you know. You do it for yourself, and you do it for... so you just need to do the art. You just show something to the world. When you create the music, don't think about everyone. Don't think that this track, maybe this track don't like Hernan Catania or Nick Warren or some big label or something else. Don't think about that. So just create the music. Just do your style. Also, you know that. Guy J, Hernan Catania, Nick Warren, they're different and they have their own style. Don't try to be like Guy J. Don't try to be like Hernan Catania. Don't try to be like someone. Be yourself for the first. So, and create your music and bring to the world something new, because the world needs something fresh and something new. Don't try to make the same. Maybe on the beginning, when you begin to create the music, you can get references and just for understanding how it works. But then, when you already have a good level of production, try to find your path.
So
that's the way, people.
Let your music speak by itself.
Yeah, exactly.
Let these 5 minutes sink into a lot of people.
Guys, take a note here. This was a short masterclass.
Yes, a short masterclass on how to pursue dreams, how to do it correctly.
Yes, absolutely.
Great, thanks for sharing this.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, now this sounds chunkier.
This is a totally different revision of this track.
Okay.
So this is the remix.
Yeah. The remix from my artist Red Space, one of the best progressive artists of the Russian scene. He's my good friend and really great producer, I think.
Okay, there you have the vocal there again.
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
super. It's really chunkier.
He makes bangers, really.
Yeah, it sounds like
It sounds like
stronger.
It has.
So you can use the track if you're playing like late hour track, you can use it.
You can use both tracks throughout the there's a good.
Ooh.
Wow, this is deep. So, no, banger, but at the same time it's deep and it's
classy.
Classy. That's the word. Classy takes me back to the old progressive. That really groovy, that floaty but chunky.
And what about the voice? It is your voice?
Yes, this is my regular artist. So and yes, also my friends, and I tested this remix yesterday, and it sounds perfect.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You heard it here, folks, here on Track AD Calvera Remix by 40 Cats. And another quick one that I wanted to ask you, since your music, so you like trance, you like the melodies, you are trying to do this. Who do you consider are your main musical influences?
It can be different artists, different music. I have no idols right now. I can understand that I have no idols right now.
Okay.
Because now I realize that they are just a people, you know. We are just a people, and I can be inspired with some of the tracks, but not like that some of artists like an idol. No, right now not.
And any piece of music that you heard it one time and you, I don't know, you were lying in your bed and you were listening in your headphones and a track came over and said, this is it. This is what I want to do.
Hermanes, right now. He had a really great EP on Bedrock. Really great EP. And when I heard it, I thought that's what I want to listen to.
Let's start with the
Nerdy stuff.
And we love it.
So, tell us your current production setup.
Ableton, of course. Ableton with I've got micro Korg recently, and Roland here. I forgot. So the drum machine. So, and I'm so happy with it. So right now I'm trying to do my music with analog stuff only, and I don't use a lot of equipment.
Okay.
Yes.
So your most of your production is in the box.
Right now, yes.
Okay, and what kind of? Okay, you said you already mentioned some instruments like hardware, like this Roland or Microkorg. But what about, for example, plugins? What are those favorite plugins that FortiGuts use?
This is only 2 or 3 plugins because and I highly recommend to not using a lot of stuff, just learning 2 or 3, and that's enough. I really love Pigments from Arturia, Anna, and maybe Acid V sometimes.
Okay.
So that's all.
And for your final process, talking about mixing and mastering, do you have any favorite plugins that you really love to use?
So I don't do mastering, as
Okay.
I heard, because mastering engineer hear your track different, and he can see your track different. So that's why I don't recommend someone to make a master to their track, because you are listening it a lot when you created it, and sometimes you hear the wrong side of the track, you know. For the mixing, so this is not a lot, just equalizer, some of compressors, saturator, so for filters, some isotope ozone, and I usually using local Ableton plugins because they're great. So in Ableton you can find everything what you need.
So less is more, guys.
Less is more, and that's also getting to know your DAW.
Yeah,
It's getting to know your DAW. It's like Ranch. It's like Ranch was saying. We interviewed a Ranch Kaler the other day, and he produces everything in Ableton. No outside plugins. Everything is the stock plugins.
No, but for the maybe master bass, I like using Isotope Stereo, Fab Filter Q3, and limiter for creating, but I switch it off when I make a pre-master, of course. So that's all. But you know, that's my tracks. I always says to beginners that mastering don't do some of magic with your track. Your track should sound really great just for limiter on your master. That's all. I'm playing so Yeah, I usually play in my demos without some master, just a limiter on my master. It sounds really good.
Oh, good.
Yes, because sometimes guys said, I want to show you this track, but this is unmastered. But I hear that master don't help. Yeah. If you have a wrong mixing, the master make worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
We for that, yeah.
yeah, if you have from the scratch, from the beginning of your track, if your track start to sounds pretty well, the mastering stuff is going to be just some tweaking stuff
here and there,
and you're going to be done.
And
Yeah.
how do you keep your tracks in check? How do you make that the track sounds cohesive, that all the details shine perfectly? Since you don't use a mastering engineer like you're saying, how do you take all this, all this work, and besides the composition, do the masterization yourself? How do you handle that?
So sometimes guys trying to cut some frequencies, but this is the wrong way. Don't do this. So of course, when they conflict, they in conflict, but you can fix it with, for example, SUS plugin. It will be more softer for fixing the problem.
This is a new
But don't try to cut every frequencies that you hear or something else in the sound, especially in the low cuts. You know that of course it shouldn't conflict with your bass line and low bass, but don't try to cut this too much. Yeah, that's all.
She's
This
on
really
my
simple.
team.
Keep
She's
in
on
check,
my
people.
team.
Keep this in check, eh?
Yeah. Well, sorry. Tell us about your label. Tell us about your label. Is there any special sound to get into your label?
To Purrfection.
Yeah.
I just love the name Purrfection.
Yeah, thanks for that word. Yeah.
I think we're still in search of our sound. I just want to release what I really like, and so I have a partner, Anton Make, and he is a really great. He's my ears, you know.
Okay.
I show him everything, and we considerate everything together. And he has a really great taste of the music, and he can he helps me to find the good quality tracks. But I get the first listening, and I can hear that if track sounds really very well, and I like the idea, and we will release that, because why not? We have a lot of new names, and I'm really proud to show these names to the world, because now I see who had the first releases with us. They have releases right now in Mangele, in Soundgarden, and etc.
Okay, that's good.
Yes, and
Good seats.
Yeah.
this is really interesting to find a new talented guys on this world, and show their music, and give a chance to these guys to show their music to the world, especially if it will be the quality stuff. Yeah, and so that's it. We, that our label is not about the names, because a lot of labels try to contact the big names, for the rating or something else, you know that. But I think, you know, that if some of big names send me the track and I will listen it and realize that it sounds not really good.
It's not in the label. Yeah.
Yes. For me, it doesn't matter. Are you famous DJ or you are no name? For us, it doesn't matter, and I think this is our way on this industry.
Let the music speak by itself. Así es.
Big
Exactly.
respect for that.
Let the music
Absolutely.
speak by itself. Speaking of Anton, I love his productions. I just got a mail from Mango. He just recently released a mix compilation. It's basically a lot of his productions. They're really good. He's a great producer. I love tell him that he can. We'll interview him someday for sure.
Oh yeah. I think
I really love his stuff.
Would be great.
Anton make his
Would be
it's
great.
deep, progressive, very groovy.
he is a professional. You know that he is a really great sound engineer. He have a really this is really high of level of the sound he has, and he has his own style, and yes, he is a great one.
Amazing.
And any fun anecdotes that you have in your career, something that you kind of wake up in the night and you laugh hard that happened? I don't know, some stories that you want to share with the audience.
With a
some stories, some anecdotes, something that happened during a gig or something fun that it's really off the wall.
Oh, I don't know. Right now, this is too difficult to remember something right now. To be honest, sorry. No.
I don't know, maybe arriving into this dark hotel without windows.
No, we're in Mexico, guys, right now.
Yes.
Don't talk about this.
Yeah. Wait 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then
Maybe
we'll do a
later.
follow-up interview, and then we'll do a
Oh,
follow-up
yes.
interview.
What do you think about AI in the production?
So this is a really difficult question for me right now, because of course everyone, you know, this AI that's like internet in our life. This is the thing what will be using by everyone, and in the music, of course, too. But you know that this is a question. So sometimes you can use vocal chops or something else, but when guys starting to using the whole vocal from the Suno, this is a really difficult question for me, because this is allowed right now in the industry, and after Suno updated, I started to get a lot of promos, a lot of tracks with a vocal, because this is a really difficult for producer to get a really great vocalist, and usually this is expensive to get a vocal to your track, for your track, because vocalist asks royalties, yes, and sometimes this is really expensive. So the Suno is the answer, because right now I feel the I don't know how to say it, deficit of the vocal tracks in the progressive house, especially.
Okay, there is a lack of
yes.
vocalists.
There is a lack.
Yeah.
The good vocalists are expensive, yes.
They are expensive, and sometimes it happened once to me. Sometimes you get you have those a little difference between the vocalist and you, and then this lady says, "I'm gonna sue you," and I say, "Why?" "Because you're using my voice," and I said, "No, because we have a contract and blah blah blah, etc." And finally, I took the voice away and changed it. And all the feel, all the taste of the track, just change it.
And for me, a progressive vocal track, it's
yeah.
like
Yeah,
Luke was saying, he
but,
loves to use vocals, and you love to use.
You're gonna have the biggest voice in the industry, and then you're gonna get fight with the vocalist, and then you need to change your track. So sometimes AI would help with this, because AI is not gonna sue you. Well,
not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Uh-huh.
Exactly, but you know that our underground scene is safe right now, because I tried to ask Sunu to make something underground and maybe some with old vibes, maybe you know that, but. It can do this, yes. Sunum makes just popular stuff, you know, that's always. I ask to make something underground, but not.
Okay, you can't. Okay.
Yes.
Another strong one.
Chops.
Yeah, with the chops.
Very also kind of
100% progressive stuff here. Yeah.
Yeah, that track with vocals is always the best. So.
Yeah, so hypnotic.
But the bass.
Yeah, but that sound.
I love
it. Okay, tell us about Vacuum.
So this is really different stuff as I created before. For me personally, this is more hypnotic, more softer and deeper stuff. You know that some of you know that the name of Vacuum reminds me about this. Construction of this track, because this is like a tube, you know.
Okay.
Something like that. And yes, with some vocals, but it's a little bit darker. So yeah, and reminds me something from the past, to be honest.
No, it's 3 a.m. sounds, 3 a.m. deep sounds that really suck you into a vacuum.
Yeah,
really, it just pulls you in.
Yeah,
it pulls you in. The name is perfect.
Yeah, Vacuum, only here, Track ID Mexico, guys.
Well, you told us a little while ago that you recommend people starting just to create, to innovate, and to do stuff differently. So I think that's one of the clearest and most important advice we've heard in a while. And I don't know if you want to complement with something else to the younger guys who are just starting, in terms of networking, in terms of how to handle their career.
As I said, be yourself. As I said, do create and give something new to this world. About the social media, unfortunately, this is important nowadays. But try to use it like new art, you know, that to make a new reels or something else. Just do it like your stuff, your new art. So okay, you can make the music, but this is not enough nowadays, unfortunately. But yeah, do what you love, do what you want. That's really simple, and so you will have your success. So something like if you just will choose your path.
And the rest will follow.
And if you can give an advice to the big names in electronic music, which will it be?
Listen in promos.
Oh, yes, please.
Please.
Please do that.
And demos. Enders of big labels, please check your inbox.
And then
Listen more to your emails.
and don't let the chatbot answer.
And all this. So we'll tell you the story of Camilo Saclemente later, but it's such a fun story. Yeah. It's such a fun story. But yeah, send big labels. Listen to the small guys, or
I can imagine that they receive a lot of stuff, because you know that I have no a big label right now, but I receive a lot of demos, of course, but I listen in everything as I can do. So, but big names, I think, have opportunity to get enders for this job and to handle this. So, for example, Anjuna have a big amount of employees for this. So for this one, so yeah, but because young talents needs to show their music to the world. This is really important to grow up.
Yeah, the opportunity.
Yes,
opportunities for the
new opportunities. Catch your big break. Catch your big break. That is.
For example, Anjuna, they have like thousands of demos every week, and I can bet they have like amazing productions, and sometimes I don't know what's happened there. I don't know
how many releases does Anjuna do per week, and you know that it's a backlog of.
Don't take me wrong. We are not talking about this in battling mode. It's because Anjuna and maybe Bedrock, Last Night on Earth, and all the biggest labels in the world, I'm pretty sure they have like new producers making amazing stuff, like your friends or people who really like to approach to your label because they don't have any response from these big labels. Oh, damn it.
This is a big machine. This is a big business. This is a big machine, and they're trying to, to stay popular and something else. But I think right now they have the huge audience, and they can release everything because so sometimes. I have a promo from Anjuna, but unfortunately, not really a huge amount of track I can bring from the promo. Just on my taste only. So, but yeah, this is just a big machine, a big business, etc.
And Rafa, our producer, is making a nice homework and.
I told you, I thought it was kind of two.
Anjuna Deep generally makes between 2 and 3 releases per
week. And that is at least 2 tracks, and sometimes it's an EP, and sometimes it's a full album. So imagine the backlog of music that those guys have.
Because this is Anjuna Beats, Anjuna Deep, Anjuna Explorations, the new one, and Explorations have really better music right now on my taste. Because I can bring something from this label, and maybe I forgot of some of them labels, sub-labels. I can't remember.
Deep Explorations.
But if you,
I think
That is like 3 or that's
if
it.
you
I think
give
that's it.
involved, this never happened where I release Lane 8 label.
I forgot the name of his
Yes.
label, Lane 8. He releases a lot on Anjuna Deep, but
Who?
Lane 8.
Yeah. Okay.
Lane
Yeah.
8.
Yeah.
I forgot his label. I see. I'm failing this day.
This never happened. Yes.
You shouldn't have some mezcals last night.
2 days ago. Thank you for the mezcals, Rafa, by the way. Any other labels that you look up to, that you really like?
Oh, right now. Oh, Balance, of course. Balance right now have a plenty of great music, but unfortunately they have a full schedule. Maybe 2 years forwards.
Oh, really?
I guess. I'm not sure, but I guess.
When did you release your track on on Balance?
On Balance, it was 2023,
Yeah,
maybe, if I remember right. So yeah, sometimes I find something in Bedrock. Sometimes, meanwhile, yes, they have a really great stuff.
I can hear a lot of percussion in
Percussion,
it.
it's the vocals are still there.
Yep. But the groove is like a featuring.
It's like a distortion of the
Oh yeah. I like this.
Big break. It's going big.
Long
Going up,
break.
going up.
Yeah,
So tell us about this. Which one is this?
yeah. This is a long breakdown to feel it and prepare the dance floor for the groove, and you can hear it right now. And you're still waiting, and I really love it.
Okay.
And
Wow.
yeah, and
This is a
yes,
so it's
the banger.
This is vacuum again, right?
This is a vacuum,
Uh-huh.
the remix from my sound engineer and really great artist and producer Anton Make.
It's a great producer. That needs to be also on track, Eddie.
You just nail it, guys. Congratulations.
No.
It's an amazing track.
It's a really. I mean, the breakdown is just for the ages. I mean, we need to
Yes.
play this. The other one is darker, but this one has floated and it's more. It's more your side.
And again, the duality.
The duality,
Yeah, of the track.
But you heard it here, guys, on track AD, Vacuum remix by Anton Make.
And
This is. We're going into the fun part.
yeah.
Yeah?
It's your turn.
It's my turn.
Yeah, please be my guest.
Okay. So you wake up and you are stuck in a desert island.
Okay.
That's right, desert island. It's a medium-sized island. You have plenty of food. You have, I don't know, shade and everything. And you know that you can only bring 5 pieces of music. They can be tracks, they can be EPs, they can be full LPs. Which ones are they?
I will bring the old trance from 2000s.
Okay.
Okay.
States of Trance compilation 2007. One of my favorite compilation ever.
Ever?
I still listen in this one.
Okay.
That's
Wow.
really great. Yeah.
That's one.
Maybe In Search of Sunrise number 4 and 7.
Okay.
If I remember right, 7. Album of the modern album of DJ.
Who?
This is a electronic musician. So yes, of course, I can't listen in the progressive music the whole time. And on my Spotify, I have different of music, and especially this electronic music. And I'm really a big fan of Max Cooper. DJ, I highly recommend to listen their albums. This is a fantastic albums from Scandinavian guys.
Okay.
So this is, you can feel these north vibes, you know. I've got a vinyl recently, so because this is really amazing.
Okay.
Can you write it down? This one.
If I
Teacher.
DJ. Okay.
Teach. Okay.
Now we have a homework
this
here.
is homework to do. Yeah, Max Cooper is amazing.
Max Cooper's album, yeah. Not sure if I remember someone else, because you know that I have a really bad memory of the names, you know, the names of artists or the name of tracks, and sometimes I can hear something and yes, I know this, but I can't remember what is it. Yes, unfortunately, sometimes it happened with my remixes because I didn't remember what the original was.
No.
I made so much remixes for Mangaeli especially, and it was a situation in Armenia, and we was in the club where Ruben Karapetyan was performing, and he played my remix, and Alex said, "This is your remix." I said, "Yes."
It is. It is.
It is?
I can't remember which one.
It is. Yeah, it sounds like me, but it is.
No, really?
Yeah, insane, really.
Max Cooper is loquito. That guy.
Yeah, Max Cooper is so loco.
He's the master of glitch. I mean,
I really like that kind of glitchy
And
stuff.
what I would really love to see is his AV show. He has like two screens.
Yeah.
He has like two screens, and one screen it's in sync with one part of the music, the other part, and then you have this collage of images moving back and forth with the whole track. I've seen videos of it. It's
I think this is the next level, you know. And maybe someday when I will be really tired with the dance music, I will create something like that. And right now I'm thinking about that. To be honest, this is between us guys, but I'm thinking about the album right now.
Congrats, yeah.
Yes, and I want to have a next step, and it won't be like only progressive. I want to get feel free of my creation and do something different. Maybe breaks, maybe breakbeat, maybe some electronic, maybe some. So just to feel free to make different music.
Explore the sound. Yeah, we are big fans of breaks here.
Yes, absolutely.
We're
And
definitely big fans of
looking forward to listening your explorations soon, because I think it's going to be like massive.
We'll keep us posted on that one. Yeah.
Of course.
We would love to. We would love to hear it pretty soon.
Yes, I already agreed with some really great artists with the collaboration, and so. But right now, this is a secret.
You didn't hear it first on Track ID.
No, you did, but don't say nothing.
You didn't hear it, okay?
Don't say anything, okay? Okay. We're entering
The last part, yes.
into the last part of this chat, and we're gonna make this like pop questions, and just answer the first thing comes to your head. Okay? Nina Kravitz or Amy Lillians?
Nina.
Okay.
Best food in the world.
Oh, Caesar salad. And sushi.
And sushi.
Okay.
Okay.
Best movie ever made that you wish to direct?
Maybe about the pit tongue. I don't know how it in English.
It's all about pitong.
All about
pitong.
It's all about pitong. It's like that.
Okay.
Mezcal or vodka?
What is mezcal?
You never had mezcal?
Dun, dun. Come
At the end of the show, you'll find out. Yes.
Okay. Because I don't drink vodka at all.
You don't drink vodka also? No?
No.
You don't drink at all?
No, I'm drinking, but I'm a really big fan of beer and wine.
Okay.
Okay, beer or wine?
Both. I can't choose one, both.
Okay, well, mezcal is... You heard of tequila?
Okay.
Okay, mezcal is a variation of tequila, which is more smoky.
Okay.
And doesn't taste as bad as tequila. Yeah, I hate tequila.
And mezcal lovers are really pissed
here.
off at this moment.
I did.
And tequila lovers are going to be really angry with you. But okay, it's like a it's a drink. It's a Mexican drink. So
Okay.
yeah,
I should to try that.
yeah,
I
you
think.
should. Yeah, best set you have played.
Balance Croatia, of course. Yes,
Okay.
I'm sure.
And this year?
This year I won't be there like a DJ, but I will go like a guest because
so-
this is a really great experience if you're not in main lineup, but this is really amazing place and really amazing festival. I think nowadays this is the best festival for the progressive lovers.
It is, yeah. We'll see you there.
Okay.
Guilty pleasure. What's the cheesiest piece of music that you love? The most fun, campy music that you love?
Yeah, guilty. Totally
Guilty pleasure. Total guilty pleasure.
Oh, let me think. The music like alternative rock, like POD, Papa Roach, Linkin Park, and
So what was this? It's like...
not a guilty pleasure. I was about to say that.
That was our producer saying it's not a guilty pleasure.
but I don't know why. For me, always guilty pleasure is like uplifting trance. I don't know why, because nobody understands this.
When you said guilty pleasure, I was like, please don't say Bad Bunny. Please don't say.
Please don't say... No, she's not going to say, but I mean, she's not 18, so...
Yeah.
So
Fortunately.
she's not Camila, for example.
Fortunately.
Okay.
Look at that sound.
Trippy. It's like, wow. What is that?
I think it's another level.
It's on another level.
This is my analog instrument called Typhon. This is the small box, but this is an analog synthesizer.
Okay.
But, this
Do
is
you
alive.
Have you,
Yeah.
Oh, you're playing with it.
Yeah, just like
Okay.
that. Yeah.
I like this.
like it.
And the snare. The snare like preparing for the destruction.
On another level, yes.
yeah, so I told you it's another level of this. Wow.
So, this is yours.
This is mine, but let's check the groove. 1 second.
Canicazo.
Oh,
What a great
come
breakdown.
on.
We call that in Mexico tic, 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 el canicazo.
What does it mean?
It was a couple of marbles that started going tic, 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 tic. So that's we call it canicazo.
When the marbles crash it.
That was a perfect definition of canicazo. Wow.
But completely unexpected. Wow.
When is this coming out?
Oh, so I don't know when. To be honest, right now this is unsigned, but I'm still finding the great home for this one, because I think this is the best thing as I ever did, because this is a really powerful groove, and I never expected that I can create something like that.
You will. No, trust it. It's so good. I mean, what a great breakdown.
100% a track ID, guys. Level for you, track ID.
Okay, so
yeah, what's in the future for you?
No, my future. So I see myself right now. I see myself on the studio and creating the album right now, I guess. So that I just realized that I really want to spend more time in my studio. Recently, maybe 2 years ago, so it was my dream to travel in and have a lot of events and a lot of gigs. But now I realize that it's really hard, that's flights, etc. That promoters, some issues with the visas, with the documents, with the borders, and etc. And that. I saw this like romantic picture, the success of artists. But right now I really want to focus on the art, my art, and give this world some of new music, some of new stuff, some of new, that's maybe, that's I can work with video stuff and etc. And I really have a lot of ideas for my career and for my label, and I want to spend a little bit more time
on art.
For this work. Yes.
Yeah. AB projects are beautiful. I mean, like we were saying, Max Cooper has an amazing AB set, and I think that only few people have something that like he has.
Yes.
Very, very few people.
The art is first, and then and then some of success picture like an Instagram, big events and big gigs and something else. That's. But the first one, the art.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on this. Yeah, because I want to hear this album.
Yes, absolutely.
And how do you want to be remembered?
With my music.
With your art?
Yes.
I guess.
Yes, maybe someday. Maybe someday I get something new level like Max Cooper or something else,
A collaboration with Max Cooper could be good.
Oh, someday. But right now we're totally different, but maybe someday, who knows?
At the right time, yes. Okay, so this is mellow. This is your electronica track, no?
It's
Brian Eno-ish could be. Brian
Someone
Eno.
can.
Wow, what kind of sound is this? It sounds like a string.
Wait.
Okay,
it's coming.
Someone can recognize this track because this track is from. The release was in 2000 from World Click guys, and this is this too old track, but it still sounds really powerful, and I decided to make an edit for this track and refresh it and maybe. Return these old vibes, this old rave vibes to the audience,
Yes.
And that this is 127 BPM.
This is 127? Ah, su madre!
Spicy.
Wow, mecha.
Okay.
Wow, this is great. I mean, you don't expect it. Boom. Just hits you.
And suddenly, boom, you're on the floor.
Yes, yes.
Wow.
You are waiting, you are waiting, you are waiting, you are waiting, and then
it hits you.
you can get it.
It is it is a long breakdown, but suddenly just explode. What's the name of this track?
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
No, please do it.
But we can do it.
No, please do it.
And the original artist is again
World Click.
World Click.
World
World
Click.
Click.
Yeah.
Don't do it, but she did it, and what a great to do it, eh? Wow.
Yeah.
But
We are completely
so good.
surprised.
You heard us edit here, people on Track 80 Mexico.
Wow.
Christina, your socials. For the people who don't follow you, which are your socials?
Instagram, SoundCloud, Bandcamp, everywhere, guys. Spotify.
It's,
Welcome.
It's 40 Cats Music, correct?
40 Cats Gram in
40 Cats,
Instagram and 40 Cats Music, if I remember right. So, like 40 Cats, and you can find me everywhere.
Perfect.
Sorry. Maybe you're gonna punch me in the face, but can I ask why 40 cuts?
Oh, of course. Everybody asked me this question, and
Okay, well.
oh no worries, because this is just a simple Russian meme about the independent single woman and with a lot of cats. You know, this is a really simple. So yeah. That's all. This is just a joke.
Okay.
And I thought, that one day I thought, why it can be 7 lines, for example, and can't be 40 cats.
Yeah. Okay. We stuck with the 40 Cats. So now we know.
Yeah.
Okay, so we just, on behalf of Mapiu, Rafa, we want to thank you for your time in the studio. It was really a fun time. Really, I hope you had fun. I hope you really had fun, the same as we did. I know you have a busy schedule, and I hope that from the touring of the past days, this has been like a break. I know that you were like, what's going to happen in the interview, but I hope that at the end it happened correctly. So thank you for being in the studio with us.
Thank you guys for invitation. So I'm so appreciated. Thank you guys.
I really like the energy, the vibe in this room and this moment. Having a woman here with us, the mindset you have is amazing.
Would you say nerds?
Nerds?
Nerd vibe.
No. Not that nerd, but
the energy.
Energy here. In between the vibe here is amazing. Having our first woman guest at the show, and I really appreciate that. I really want to thank you for being here, opening your schedule, and talking with us. A lot of interesting stuff with us, sharing and I don't know, like giving a lot of pure gold advice. So thank you.
No,
Thank you, guys.
And
Yes.
sharing your plans. I mean, I really kind of picked up that you had, let's say, the rock starism, that you traveled here and there, but now you want to focus on your art.
Yeah.
Because the art is important. I think that's you didn't say it out loud, but it's advice. It's advice for people. I mean, yeah, traveling, doing playing in festivals, and everything is cool, but focusing on the art, because at the end, it's what you get remembered for.
Yes, because traveling and touring, this is not a goal. This is just a thing what will be after your art,
It's a result of.
This is the result. Yes.
It's a result of art. So yeah. Thank you for the time. And remember, people, remember to, this is one of the many episodes that we have. We have great stories. This been extremely fun. Remember to subscribe and like. Ding, ding, ding. Ring the bell. So you are in the loop of what's coming up with Track ID. For Track ID, I'm Pepe Camil.
And Mapiu.